Okay, let's draw airplane. Tutorial how to draw airplanes in perspective. So I use Copic multiliner SP07 and some like mechanical pencil from 7-Eleven. It's called Bensia Cobalt Pencil 2B. I don't know, just bought it in 7-Eleven. Okay, so first let's talk about drawing paper plane. So what is kind of important about planes? Its structure is basically two-dimensional planes. So if in a motorcycle we have like one two-dimensional plane, it's like contains most of information in it about proportions and all this kind of type of motorcycle. It's like most of information of the structure is there, and then you just add volume to it, right? So I start to kind of bulking it up. So it's like motorcycle. With airplanes we have like side view and top view. So here, if let's say this will be side view, let's say I can make square here. Then if we add this kind of, so let's say this side view follows grid. So it's not necessary to draw grid in this situation when I just like practice drawing structure. It's kind of isometry here. But let's say just for explanation, this one it's x axis, and this one we add z axis. So now we have this perspective, and y axis here, it's like this vertical lines, it's y axis. So because it's following sides of paper, it's not necessary actually to draw all these lines, right? So now when I have these lines, I can kind of estimate where is this bottom view. Like, so, and here because it's paper plane, so from top this thing is just like a straight line. It's like a paper, right? So from top it will look like this, just flat paper. And but there will be wings, right? So this top view will have tail wings and these wings. So it's top view. So side view, this top view. So when we put this top view in perspective, and I say, let's say wing will be like here, so it will be on the bottom, connected here, and then it will move up to here, this high. So now not only this high, yeah, this high, let's say make here, so it will be here but on this distance, right? So now I need just to draw this wing on the ground. So let's say how far, not so far, let's say like this far, right? So, and I kind of project it in perspective. I say it will be here. Again, my approach here is like in the Scott Robertson How to Draw book, but not so precise, like, you know, I don't use ruler. So if I have ruler, I will put ruler and project the side here. But because I don't have ruler, without ruler do this not much sense, because it's freehand and my line will be bent kind of anyway. So I assume, like before, I already have this practice with using with a ruler, drawing with a ruler, and if you want you can use ruler, but after some time you will have this kind of eye. You can just eyeball proportions anyway, so being close enough it's okay. So here will be plane, this top plane on the ground, and here we have this like on the ground, these wings, right? So now how to move it here? I just will project can you see? I project these 2 points, I project them to here. So now what we have? Now we just need to connect these 2 points to these 2 points and these 2 points. So, and I can also now to emphasize this with a liner, I can little cut here. Так. So it goes here, but it overlaps, so it will be like this. Same as go here, but overlaps. Also, I forget about tail wings, so say they will be here like this. And same again, we can draw them on the ground, but here this kind of wing is little disturbing this, so why not just do it this way? So it's not so precise, but it still kind of works, and there's such basic geometry, no big deal. So what I do, I just will need to sure like these lines, they are symmetrical kind of, right? So kind of like this. So when we have this line here, it's going to here, and I check it's kind of like this, right? So now again we have this here, and I can draw wing shape. So let's say something like this, and again I can project this point to here. I can estimate this point here, and like this again. So here point, 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 connect. Like Scott Robertson say, drawing it's about connecting dots, right? So it's like became like a children game with this dot drawing. So we just placing these dots in 3 dimensions, and then we need to connect those dots. So same here, this dot connects to this. Okay, so if also if I paint shaping, hatching this bottom view, also we can project down these points. So anyway, like you see, if you will need to make shadow or any kind of projection on the other plane, still you can do it too. So here I can eyeball this line from this point and this point. This line going from this point and this point. So, and how this line and this line intersect with this line, right? And then we have projection of this point here, and this will be shadow of these tail wings. So let's just draw in some other angles. So let's now do first like this rectangular shape of a top view on the ground. So it also gives us perspective even without needing to draw perspective grid. So you see how this diagonal line intersects this, give me this point, so I can subdivide. So here you see we have top view, then I can say okay, maybe wing will be like this. And here I will separate from S3 2/3 will be and here 1/4 connect like this. Same here, it's like half. And this will give us point of rear wing. So this are top view, and now I just add to it side view. And you see, like I mentioned in the previous video about how to draw like Kim Jong-gi, it's in here I didn't draw perspective grid. I just made this plan and built perspective grid within this plan. So if I want, I can extend perspective grid outside. So it's just kind of continue this kind of this movement kind of conversion kind of, right? So it's going towards some vanishing point here. Same with this one. If I want, I can just continue it outside, so it will be like closer. Here will be closer to horizon line, became more flat. Here it's go farther from horizon line, it's became more vertical. Again, watch my tutorial on basic perspective. Very good, very fast and clear explain all this stuff. So in here, like, oh, I have already convergence established, right? So here, let's say I say this will be this high, this side plane, right? So I need this point project to here, and I have already this line and this line, right? So it's give me this direction, like what kind of convergence here, and I have point in between. So I can like make in the middle, or I can just eyeball this relationship, right? See how it's like looks certain ratio here, and I need to maintain this ratio between these two lines. Anyway, we have this line and this line. It show us conversion, and now I just draw one extra line in between, which just for my eye look natural, like it's a line within this perspective. So I isolate this task, and it's not so hard to do, especially again if you practice some perspective before. This is just a way to draw it freehand, smooth and dynamic, without kind of being too much technical and sit with ruler drawing all this ruler stuff, like if you're engineer, you know. We're not engineers, so we need something like this. Okay, so I project this point, I drop vertical, now I have this thing, then I project each of this. Now I have this structure for side plane, and I can draw side plane on it. So I can also have like this two-dimensional version of it before, so I know what kind of proportions I have. So let's say like here will be 1/3 and here will be tail. Front I will be some like this stuff. Alright, so now I just drawing it in perspective. So we have this like front, then we have this tail side I separate on 3. Some garbage truck, how very related to current news. Okay, so and here also let's see, I will make like one same H, but let's say like half. Yeah, okay, let's do like this. Half will go up here and then connects like this here. So this H I project again up for this tail, then I take middle here. Right, so this will be top, and then here I do this, connect 2 points. So voila. Kind of. So now we have top plane on the ground and it's in perspective, and side plane in perspective here too. So now I need to connect all these points. So I can draw just this like wings like this, or I want them from here move up to here, right? So it will be like here it will be full length and here will be half, like this, right? So again I need to, so I divide in this here, I have 2 points, and now I need to project these 2 points here. How to do? So it's kind of very basic operation like this. So this 1 point. Oh, and I already have this half here, yeah, because it was this half, right? So this kind of will be related. So now we have these 2 points here. Same do with other side. So we have this point here, move down, move to right, move up, just vertical, and now this moving through this vertical, and we get this point. So it's important, just remember, it's you get points by intersection of lines. Same here, up, and here we go up, and we have intersection. So now we have these 2 points projected here. How about wings? Wing tail wings. Tail wings, let them be like this. And okay, we have already on the ground here. Just I will do, you see, so this is tail here, right? And I will kind of make this little slanted surface like this. So what we have this point moved up here, so it's already projected here. Same with this point, we moving up here and it's intersect with this slant angle. Now we have 2 points already on the plane, right? Now how about this 4 points? Okay, let's do it. So we extend these lines, we have this intersection here, move up here, we have this intersection. So this here, you see, it's like, because it's edge here, so I will project it here, so it's give me this angle, slight line, slanted line. You see, I projected this line first, and then I project this point to the slanted line. So what we have now, we have this point here, this point here, and this point here. So we have this 4 point. I can connect. Same repeat on the other side. So we have this point. Actually, you see, because we already have this point, right? So it's just going through here, intersect like this. Yeah, if you don't know, in Taiwan, garbage trucks playing classical music is kind of cool. Very cool thing. Same here, this point. I just drop this vertical, and then this point, I see it's kind of, it should be go parallel to this and intersect here, you see. So now again we have 1 2 1 2. Now just connect, but first make sure it will be overlapping. So this tail here, and now I connect this point to this point to this. Let's do with the wings. We have this point here and points on the ground. These 2 points on the ground here. So just connect. Okay. If I want, I can also like this, add some thickness to it. But kind of that's it. So let's see in other angle. Let's say like, let's do like curvilinear perspective. Let's say, again I will find where to put this top view first. This kind of follows this grid. Oop. Yeah, usually I will rotate my paper, so I will have more convenient way to draw my line, but with camera it's little inconvenient. So again I will use it might be different structure for planes, so here I use this like a square with squares in it, so it's just faster to draw, faster to build. So I have this middle line, then I drop this kind of, again it's kind of here I use shortcuts because it's eyeballing perspective, it's not a very precise draftsmanship, and there is certain techniques how to draw diagonal lines in 5-point perspective. I just don't want to cover this now for this moment, and doing it just mostly eyeballing. Because anyway, this structure is pretty basic. It's just this square divided on squares in a curvilinear perspective grid, so it's kind of precise enough. So then let's do same kind of plane, but now in this angle. So I will put also this side view, what we have. So divide this in half. This will be our ground view for wing, top view on the ground for a wing. Here we have this line, and also divided in half, little space here, so we have this top view for tail wings. Oh, here will be little like this. And side view, let's say, so it will be kind of this. And this divide on half. This I just project same height. So this will be like this curved line. Here maybe a little like this. Okay, so we have side view, a curvilinear perspective, and this top view on the bottom. So now again we project this some points. So let's say we have these points, we need to elevate them up to here and project them here, right? So we have vanishing point, just kind of projecting, so it intersects here and this intersects here. Same with this one. It's like vertical line first, and then this point, you see, it's this point here, this point on a side plan, so it's RH for this line. So I draw from vanishing point, I draw through this point, and I see where it intersects. So it intersects this here, and it intersects about this here. So now we have these 2 points projected here and here. So what we have? To build wings, we connect in these 2 points. It's like these 2 points, right? These 2 points. These 2 points connecting here. And these 2 points connecting here, but I consider in here overlap. So maybe first let's draw. So now from this point follow here. From this point following here. So now let's do this wing here. So we have middle point here to show on a side view, to show this slant angle over both side wings, like we did here. And now we have this point and this point. So it's these 2 points on the surface of a side plane, right? And then we need to find these 2 according to same H here. So how to do? First we project this line to here, like this. Like this. Same we project these 2 points to here. Be kind of this. So now we have these 2 points, it's same angle, you see? So it's like, let's say, I can just draw tail wings like this, right? But instead I made this with a slanted angle like this. So now I need to establish also slanted angle here. And now these 2 points will be like this. These 2 points will be kind of this. And these 2 points, they will be here. So it's kind of same constructor, but all a little slanted. So this is what happened here. First I establish this angle here in perspective, and then I find these 2 points, so project this one already here, and this one I just project to them here. Same this one I project here. So this is what we have this slanted surface, and I can connect. So these 2 points we can see from this side. I connect here. Так, also tail. Also I can finish this one here. And we see this side, tail wing is covered, so it's overlapped with this tail, so we cannot see it in this situation. So eventually what we have, let me little light this pencil. We have this structure. I can again like make it like cardboard. So you can see it's crease of this H. and etc. So it's a very good exercise, and it's really like all other exercise on this my channel where I talk. It's not very hard, but it's really essential for airplanes, because you see it's train your ability to draw in perspective these main elements, side and top structure of plane, plus making this like a little like how to say like slanted wings, or slanted this way or that way. So work with the 3 dimensions eventually. So we have like two-dimensional planes, and we combine them within 3 dimensions within perspective grid you want. So here we have Boeing 747. So let's see how to draw it in perspective. So first you need to break down this form to like structure, and you can like let's say like two approaches. Like I've been talking about motorcycle, you can just make it simple boxes and more like make some adjustment to it, so it's like quickest eyeball approach. Second approach is like Scott Robertson, drawing structure and like applying this section plans. So we have like top view, like with this with the paper planes previously, and so you need to see how can you make it simplify so it will be easier to rebuild. And again, I just practice it for myself, simplify it, bring it best is if you bring it to squares, so then you have this clear idea of ratio, of proportion. It's easy to divide squares, you just like always divide half, 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 and then have this kind of square fractal. So let's draw top view of Boeing. So it will be like a square. I divide the square in half, and again in half. So then here again divide in half. You see, because so many subdivision, if so it will be really hard if this will be something more complex than square. So here is body for plane from top view. Top. So here will be like small squares, you see. So I just keep dividing halves, halves, halves. It's always to have deal with the squares every time. Here I will add extra square, so, and this will be cabin kind of. So what we'll have here, so this is the front. Here will be tail, this kind of body of it, and let's see wing. So here I will divide on 4. So wing will be start from here, and then we have yeah, this point will connect to this. And here we have this point, we connect here. So we'll have this intersection, and then from this intersection we'll go here. So we have this kind of shape. So, and again, here you see it's like idea. It's like a language, right? To be able to draw in 3D, you need to have clear idea of construction. To get this clear idea of construction, you need to make it. You need to translate actual form, which is like, wow, so complex. There's so many nuances in it. So you need to simplify it, to bring it to more clear and simple, kind of straightforward structure. It's like similar to language, right? You know, like there is two different language. You cannot, like, if you will just repeat words from other language, for me it will sound just like a random noise, like just like some sounds, and will not give me any meaning, any sense. And to make me understand it, like translator, or like more correct, it will be interpreter. Because what interpreter do, he just find words which is mostly like applied, like more precise to this foreign language, because you cannot translate directly 100% any language. It's just different words. You just find similar words. So when you say, okay, this was his meaning, I translate this meaning like using other words, which is like make it closer to like initiate meaning. Same here, we have this like actual form, and I find like how to make structure I can draw in perspective, which in this structure to be like as close as possible to actual model, and also it became practical, useful. Now it should be, so when I have the structure, it means I can use it for build model. Second, I prefer it be not too complicated, and again it's just in this kind of drawing, which is more like illustration. I use structure as support, as a foundation, but not as a, it should be not too much pressure on a structure. You know, like, because it's not engineering project. It's first of all, it's kind of for artists, for illustration. So we need find this kind of balance. So when it's useful and helpful, and don't destroy your like creative process, making you just like draftsman who sit with a ruler and building all this stuff. And again, different artists, they will have different level. Somebody totally hate kind of structure and is only like sketching things, like a doodling. Other, they will super technical and they enjoy measuring stuff. And you always can see difference. You can always say, you will always see this like inside their work. You can see this like more technical, this is more loose, more sketchy kind of. So, and it's up to you where you in this scale. It's just important to be aware of, it's like to be professional artist, at least you need to have some basic practice with this stuff. At least you need to be able to draw it, to use these perspective principles, because without this you cannot be like a serious artist. If you know, you know, it will call it contemporary art and go to gallery to draw this kind of loose stuff. But for like industry, for serious art, you need to really work with the structures. So just yeah. So then let's see. Let's say this tail wings. Tail wings. Tail wings. Okay, so if we have this two squares here, it's already separated here, and we also separate here, so this will be width for tail wings. Also here is interesting how it goes inside here. About here will be point, so let's put it in the middle. Let's do it here. Again, you see, I will prefer if it's somewhere a bit close to middle, I just put it in the middle. And let's see, so now we have this width. Again, it's better if I will like find this as like 1/4, right? Same here, if we have this as 1/4, so I translate it here, so 1/4 for wing here. Then these lines, they will connect here, and like will be point here, connect this. You see, so I kind of, when I draw this top view, it's not just about doodling shape from top view. It's about rehearsal and preparing for myself, preparing how I will build it in perspective. Because it's easier to build on a flat surface, because I don't need to estimate convergence, kind of degree of diminishing, kind of this thing, right? So, and what let's say about top? This kind of this tail. It's kind of starts from here. Let's go somewhere here, and it's also about like 1/4 here. Ooh. So then we have this like some kind of hunch here, like a second floor. So let's see how I will do it. So like here will be top point, and here, so it's like will be top of this hunch. Oh, and then it goes. Oh, let's just draw this kind of shape. It's kind of how it looks like extra addition to this airplane body. This kind of hunch here. So then we have 4 engines. So let's say again for half. Then here will be middle, here half, but this one will be like this. like a middle line for this engine. So you see we have this relation. It's kind of going too much in the front, maybe, let's say, like this. Okay. So it will be like this. Side view. Let's do side view for this airplane. So same, using squares, dividing in halves, again dividing in half each square, adding extra square for front. So what we have, so here will be this like middle line, right? So it's kind of making this like a tube shape for body. Then here we have this like divide on third, will be tail. So here, and here interesting, we divide on half. Here we have this kind of structure, like this. It's on the bottom. And wing is actually like have angle like this. And it will connect it like we established here. This will connect it about this H. No, actually not so high. It's like in the middle here. Will be here. So wing will go like this. So and tail. Okay, let's see. Anyway, let's see, like it's kind of this, and we have this, it's also half this square, so it will be here, and again you see I will do this kind of line, so it's like a slanted. So this side view, rear tail wings, they will be here. So this will be little slanted. This will be this half of a square or quarter of a square, and then, like I showed here before, we will have this additional bulk here, so it's kind of making this kind of form, you see. So it's just really much it's helping a lot to break it down. Also, like you can see, if you want different angles, like if here you can select, oh, maybe I will do like this, so it will have more correct angle, something like this. So instead of finding like exact angle super accurate to actual airplane, I make it close enough while maintaining it, like while making it convenient for drawing. So make it convenient for drawing in 3D. It's also essential element of it, and this is part is kind of its own skill which you need to train and practice, which make you artist and make improving your drawing abilities. So then let's draw top like front view. Also using this. Okay, let's show for example that these squares, they also kind of squares, which is in a freehand you can squeeze them. So you just keep in mind, like if I will squeeze them there, okay, our plane just will be a little more longer. Point here again is don't make like exact squares, like accurate to geometrically perfect squares. No, it's just to have for yourself help this like measurement system. It's kind of your 3D ruler, help you to measure stuff. So in the case if I like this my front view here, I just aware that these squares are like squeezed more, like more condensed together. So I know, of course, in this squeeze conditions, the airplane will look like more squeezed, kind of, right? But if I use same measurement system, but I will like stretch them, he will look like more stretched. So you see, it's like variables. Like proportions is stable. Like we have this like stable formula here, but numbers like exact like millimeter, centimeter, all the stuff, it's variables, and you can like change these variables just with this formula, with this proportion system kind of. It's give you this kind of control, so you can see what happened. You can control proportions, all this stuff. So and same like I did from top, right? Like I divide half, then I divide half here, so I divide half here, and I get this view. So if proportions of squares will be correct, it also should be square. But in current situation, it's like that. So then I make this round, right? So have this kind of tube form, and then you see it's this kind of thing here. I mentioned before, it's kind of make it like more flat surface here. It's like where is chassis kind of, right, for airplane. So from the top of front view it will look like this. So it's this one, right? It look like this. Again we see here, so look it goes. Maybe can make it to half and half. So it's make it like a square, this bottom here, when all of the body is round here. Then also it's a tail here, then here will be wings. Let's make these wings first. Half, 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 half. And this middle line goes here. So from here to this middle line here. So and here will be like, here will be this point, let's connect it to middle here, so it will be like this. Okay. Also we can add this thing here. So if I have small square, it will be something like this. And here this extra like hunch, this thing, this one, right? So I choose this hunch is like 1/3 high. So if I have this one, this will be like this. Here's this pilot cabin, here's this tip of the front. So it's like little squeezed proportions for it. Then let's see engines. Engines will be like this here. Maybe I will use this middle here. So we divide this in half, and from middle of this engine, this will be like or let's say same high. Okay, let's same high. So this middle line, it will be middle of this engine. And when I made it square, I can also make it round. Okay, and between square engine will be this kind of, it's like aileron thing, like moving ailerons, so it's kind of like move up, move down. Anyway, so we have like a Scott Robertson, we have 3 sections, like front, top and side. Okay, and now let's draw it in perspective. Let's see how it's built. So same again, I first start with the ground. It's like a top view plan. So let's do like I did here, divide in half. So you see it's kind of became very easy to kind of construct these proportions. In a perspective. So also let's like extend this one square in front. So then wings. This will be like this. I forgot, so it's here we have this two. Yeah, so because we have this kind of angle here, right? So first goes in the middle, then goes from this point, let's go like this. So we have this shape. So again, from this point let's go to middle, here, then this intersection, go to this part. but from here it just go directly to this quarter. So let's see, tail, we have this. Or anyway, can just do one point. And let's see, it's like middle here. Middle here, so I would draw this line here. And a quarter. We do this here. See, can be confusing sometimes. So this point here, so it's like this point, then we have this movement, right? So this point, then let's go here, 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 and here again. Okay, so this front. So this is like our top view. This little lighten it. Then draw this. So because already I can just draw every small square like this, or like a couple of squares. Having this like simplified construction also helps not to confuse in all these details. Так. So we have this tail here. Then we have this. So now I can also add one more square for tail. Kind of this. So now we have this side view. So top side view, and this for front view is just let's see, it's just we need to give this H for wings, because all we need actually is this top view. We don't need to draw it here anywhere because it will be too much details. But we can see like H, like how this H related to this side view, like here, right? So this it's here, this on the side plan, right? So now let's start to connect kind of together this top and side view. And also need to add yeah, so here in this case it will become like a bulk little, because you see we have this tube shape, right? So this will be like a circle there, ellipses. So just add ellipses to it. Here tail will be like that. Then like I showed before for a side wing. We need this angle. Так. So can also, yeah, we add this bulk here. Now just make this shape silhouette. And let's see for a wing. So it will be this high. So, yeah, also almost forget. It's like, oh, it's little slanted this way. So this line will go a little up here. Oh, up here. Okay. We add this kind of, let's say, square here to make this angle. Same here, can add squares to define this angle for this thing. So, and then we can also clarify. So because we have this structure, right, this really helps us to make it clear what happened with this one. So we can find this line here, put it around. We can also like this top point. Like, let's say this will be like middle line here, and this bulk is kind of gone here, but actually it became like smooth part of surface. So maybe let's say if we draw this like a sections, it will be like this. So just to show the structure here, and here is just round. And like that. So if we're talking about engines, let's see. Here's this top view, so it's half. Yeah, we cannot see from this angle. We cannot see engine. Let's see again. We have half here. Ah no, it will be visible, and just this will be kind of here. Some kind of this is ailerons. Practice this first principles about breaking down to simple structure and projecting plans and combining them together in 3D model. Так, so again, half and quarter, half and quarter. What's this noise outside? So annoying. Так, and here half, 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 half. So, and here we little continue. So just problem, I find this kind of airplane is kind of complicated to draw because it's very long. It's like very narrow and long, like a cigarette kind of, and somehow it's easier when you draw some like kind of shorter airplanes, because it's not so narrow structure kind of. Так. Same here, it's like top view. Same here, we divide to half quarter. So these wings. So first it's go to half here. Wait, to give us this angle here, and then from intersection here we go into this, going to this, and this quarter you just connect directly. Okay, so we have this wing top view projection, then here tail like this, then we add quarter, will be 4 tail wings, here in the middle will be 0.4, wait a second, here quarter, so this is point for this tail wings, go here will be 0.2 like this. You see how much it will be like harder like to figuring it out in here, like in the process, and how much it's easier when I already prepare kind of this like proportions, how to calculate these proportions, and I simplify proportions so it's much easier and faster to kind of to follow all this. So then we have for a heel this kind of thing, bump. Okay, then let's do projecting it. Because everybody talk about feelings, about talent, but here you see how much your thinking process is important. It's like core of your drawing. So let's say like your feelings, your motivation, feelings, let's say your interest is just like what your spark kind of for doing it and stuff like that. But to be able to do this, it's very important to apply logical approach, to be able to thinking like in a sequence, in this like structurally think, you know. Так. Because you can see it when artists they trying to avoid it, or they don't know they need to like significant part of their work should be like thought process, because this defines quality of your work, is how good you can think, how good you understand what are you doing, how fast you can think, how like you know, and all this stuff, you know. Так, okay, so now we have this side view, so this helps you not to lost side view. And now let's bring some volume, make this thing round. because like thinking is like ability to fix problems, ability to find solutions. And as you can see, here is a lot of complexity into it. If you want to do something complex, it will require your like mobilize your whole ability to fix and find solutions. Так. So here and I think like if like your emotional part of work just require kind of care of it, so you need to like see some kind of intuition, right? So you just maintain it, you just make sure you feel what are you doing, but intellectual part require a lot of work. Yeah, maybe okay, maybe let's say like emotional part I will also put discipline in this category, because like emotional is not only like kind of feeling joy and excitement, it's also feel stable and patient and be able to kind of get through challenging process. So when you kind of feel like you want to give up and you want to stop, and you feel like, oh no, I'm not artist anymore, and you just want to quit. So to get through these moments, it's also your kind of emotions, your ability to focus on the good emotions, your ability to deal with uncomfortable emotions. It's not only about finding your joy. It's also about keep your focus and not like not subdue to emotions, let's say like this. This also kind of here emotional aspect of work. Don't be too much into emotions, other words. To, speaking in other words. Because emotion is tricky. It can give you inspiration, but it also can drive you wrong direction. So it's not a really good indicator. Sometimes it's kind of emotions, they're based on not bad habits, just something like you just have habit to not put much effort in things, you know. So it's this like through these emotions, it's your habit speaking kind of with you, say like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, since when you became so kind of industrious? Chill out, bro. Just forget it. Who needs this thing, you know? You never been artist. Why you think you will be artist now? Forget it. Just relax, enjoy yourself, eat some cookie, play a game, you know? So it's just bad habits speaking. It's not your talent or not your like best part of you. Just lazy one. So you can see again I make this kind of projection of engine. And I must say this is not rare when you feel kind of when it's not rare when feelings are undermining. It's happen all the time. Like always I feel this like sabotage kind of, you know, like when I almost finished drawing but about in the middle somewhere, or for kind of actually significant part of time, I feel like it's kind of, it's not worth it. Bro, just forget it, stop it and stuff. And I just remind myself, don't listen this sabotaging kind of feeling in the voice in my mind, because I know it's more important to finish my drawing than make myself comfortable, you know. I do this not for only reason to have a fun in my life and stuff like that. No, I want to make things, and sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's challenging. And when it's hard, you just remind yourself you need to get through it, just so. And remind yourself it doesn't feel funny all the time. Sometimes it's just kind of like a wind, like you need like get through opposite flow kind of, you know. It's not always like you like woohoo, I'm a ride in the flow. No, sometimes you need to go through like counter flow, kind of it's blowing in your face and you're like I need to get through this. Like again, it's just always get to this like physical exercise analogy, when it's been like pure fun and joy to do physical exercise, like, or like how much fun is there, how many percent. It's definitely always some percent of pain and struggle, and especially in the beginning. And like most of cases you can say you feel great afterwards, but in the process you want to give up, you want to cheat, and you want to like kind of shortcut. So it's kind of this idea of reward. To get real reward, like real worthy reward, you need to you need to do some work for it, kind of. It's not come for free. Like everything easy doesn't bring you good, kind of, let's say, like, okay, it's like this thing, like hard, like when you work hard, you have good life. When you seeking for easy ways, for easy solutions, you have hard life, because you kind of, when you are avoiding hardships, you have a lot of trouble. But when you are facing hardships, when you are kind of like you are choosing them, you say like, okay, I want to I know it's hard, but it's right and it's good for me. It will make my life better, and you get through this hardship. Then your life better. When because you cannot avoid problems. There's always problems. So best you can do is to face them and say, okay, these problems, I choose problems, and these problems I want to deal with. So it make your life have less problems, but it not means like all problems will be what you want. It will be also problems you are not choose. They just happen like a surprise. But with your experience of facing problems, not run away from them, and with your experience, with your skill you already get, how like, so you have kind of, you have this energy, you have guts, you have motivation to deal with real problems, not to break from them. So even if will happen these problems which you are not choose, you already prepare to fight them, kind of. So, and same also with the drawing. You develop skill. It's hard. Sometimes it's super stressful in the beginning. I was like, oh, it's so incredible. Like, it's so hard, and I don't see anything good. Like, where is any good quality in these first drawings? All look horrible, and like day by day, they just all look bad. And I cannot even believe I can really learn this. It seems like I just wasn't born for this stuff. But then but kind of, I remind myself, I say, hey, this is exactly what everybody do. In the beginning, everybody feel like they have no idea how to do this, it's not their thing. But if you keep doing the right thing, you will improve, and eventually it will become like part of your nature. It's like you've been always do this, and you start to forget how hard it was in the beginning. So let's see, kind of this here. This kind of, again, an example about emotions. Sometimes you just know what is right, and you keep pursuing the right thing, kind of. And not all your drawings should be like It's like super kind of let's say transcendental, divine kind of things, you know. You should make a lot of works, just draw a lot. And this one is also, it's just my training, it's my like sharpening my axe, you know. And a lot of your work, if you feel like, oh, it's not exactly what I wanted to do, the result is not exactly what I needed, but it's not always about pretty result, it's also about your practice, and it's very important. It's just to repeat and remember like all these right techniques, you know. You need to practice techniques, practice thinking process, and make this habit of finishing things and and applying kind of this approach, you know. So you practicing approach, you making habit while you practice this approach. It generate like network in your brain. It's became part of you, and more you do it, more it became part of your nature, and then more you do it, it feels like you was born with this skill, you know. This is how it works. Okay, so in the next tutorial about airplanes, we'll do some kind of wide angle perspective, more advanced, and maybe can draw some details, like details of engine, maybe like a chassis, like wheels for airplane. I think will be cool. So